Dun, dun. Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live! Hey, everybody.
Wait, keep the music.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, we're good.
Hi, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of Missouri Star Live. We are settling down after all of the birthday bash fun, but only briefly. There's always something new ahead. So let's see. What?
We got Texas here.
Texas in the house. Let's see. We got Lori from Canada. Allison from Maryland. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Joyce from Michigan. Tina from Connecticut.
Texases. Wow.
Got a few Marylands floating through. Texans. A few Texans.
Yeah, Texans. That's right.
That's right. Paris, Tennessee. Linda
Portland.
says, come on, Linda, dance with me. She says to
Sandra.
dance on. Awesome. Well,
California, India.
awesome.
It's probably late in India right now.
That's so awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all of the lives that we did throughout Birthday Bash. It was such a great time. We are all just like completely overjoyed with the amazing support and love that we received from all of you. Thank you guys so much for celebrating with us. We're so thrilled that we've done this for 10 years. But I do have some new things to talk about. We're trying something new this year. We're doing a Jenny and Friends Fall Festival here in Hamilton. It's October 15th through 19th, so not very far away. And we're super excited. Each day is sponsored by someone different from the industry. So it's Monday through Friday. On Monday, we have Riley Blake as the sponsor. So we'll have Simple Simon and the Riley Blake founder, Cindy Cloward, will be here doing...
Who is it coming with Riley Blake?
Simple Simon and Cindy Cloward, which...
Perfect.
Yes, those are amazing. And then also as part of it, well, it's separate, but you can add on, we're doing these like special dinner experiences each day. My mic no good?
Yeah. You're good. You're doing good.
All right. So that's super fun. And so on Monday, it's the family hoedown dinner. And what did you call it? Square dancing, Mary? Is it square dancing? Yeah. Okay, super good. And then
Square dance.
Tuesday is sponsored by Island Boutique, and we'll have a Blue Sage buffet for dinner that night. Wednesday, we'll have our friends from Andover, Edita Sitar, the amazing Edita Sitar and Allison Glass. And that evening, we'll have barbecue brought to you by Hank and Tanks. And then Thursday...
Which I'm going to pause you there.
Yes.
Okay. Hank and Tanks is amazing.
It's delicious.
It's great. They do a great job.
They do a great job. They're right here local in Hamilton, and it's great Kansas City style barbecue.
I wouldn't know. I haven't eaten like pounds on pounds of meats.
I mean, we're big fans.
But yeah,
we like Hank and Tanks.
It's delicious. They do a great job.
And then Thursday, Moda is our sponsor, so we will have Lynn Hagmeyer from Kansas Troubles, Jan Paddock, and me and my sister, one sister. And then that evening, we're having an authentic Amish dinner cooked up and provided by our local Amish community, which is so cool. So that's really fun. Friday, we have Henry Glass as the sponsor, and Mary Jane Carey and Stacy West will be there from them. So this whole thing, there's two options. You can either buy a week-long pass so you can attend all the workshops throughout the whole week, and that's $250, or you can get a day pass for just one day if there's one that you're more interested in, and that's $75 for that day. But we have some special promo codes for you. What?
I was just gonna say we have some people from Russia and Germany on here.
Awesome.
But I mean, that was completely off topic.
Someone wants to know why they never see the guy. We'll have to bring you on camera.
The coupon code.
The coupon code.
Get up there.
My brother's hanging out behind scenes.
We have Misty's brother here today.
He's fine. Okay. Either way, coupon code. So if you would like to save $50 off the week-long pass, you can use FFSAVE. The links are in the description or in the post for you to take you there to buy these passes. And then if you want to get a day pass, you could get $25 off that day pass using JAF, as in Jenny and Friends, JAF 25. That'll get you $25 off that $75 day pass. The other thing that I forgot to mention is, as part of this fall festival that we're doing here in town, Jenny's unveiling 4 brand new trunk shows that she's never taught before. So Tuesday through Friday evening, as part of that ticket, you'll get to see, Jenny's new trunk show. And it's a different one each day, right, Mary? Right. It's a different trunk show each day. So that's super, super exciting. either way, I think that covers it. Once again,
Misty,
yes.
I got to give a shout out. Your friend from Indiana is
Oh, hello. That's awesome. Yes, we made great new friends at Birthday Bash. It was so fun. So fun to meet people in person. So Jenny and Friends Fall Festival, October 15th through 19th, right here in Hamilton. Super, super fun. And on to the project at hand. We are going to make this all-purpose apron. I'm wearing it. I don't know if you can see it. It's got pockets, and you can tie this cute little bow.
I'm not sure we're supposed to introduce Mary.
Mary?
Because the camera keeps ending up pointed at Mary. And I don't know why.
Mary is refusing. She's hiding.
No, Mary's doing awesome.
Mary is awesome. Leave her alone, guys. So either way, so we're going to make this cute little all-purpose apron. So to start with, I should tell you about the fabric we used, because this is our new Missouri Star Souvenir fabric. We're super excited to have this. At first it was just available in store, but it is available online now. So we're very, very excited about that. So let me just kind of lay out some of these prints. Jenny gave you a little sneak peek last week, but we'll show them off a little better today.
So we had a question, and
Sure.
she asked, what is a trunk show? You guys are talking about trunk shows. I don't know what they are.
Oh, so a trunk show is when quilters or designers, they get up and they talk about their different projects and talk about how they made them. Jenny does what she calls like working trunk shows. So when she shows you things, she actually teaches you basically the tutorial of it as well. So that's pretty cool. All right, so back to the Souvenir fabric. These are some of our new prints. I guess I need to turn them towards me so they're not upside down for you. But we have our logo, some of these really cute sayings that Jenny says all the time. Our little Chuck the Duck in a couple of colors. Let's see. And this is like our mural. And then this fabric, I don't know if you can see it. I've cut it into kind of too small, but we actually have a mural that looks like this here in town. So that's pretty fun. So either way, we are going to dive into this apron project. It's really easy, and we have a free PDF pattern for you in the description. So you guys can click that and download it so you can make this project. It's really, really easy. To start with your supplies, you're gonna need 1 yard of fabric for your skirt and these waistband ties. And then you're gonna need 1/4 yard for the pocket. And so I use this mural fabric and our cute little white Chuck the Duck fabrics. And to begin with, what you're gonna do is you're going to, from the 1 yard cut, you're gonna cut 16 inches by 40 inches. So basically 16 by the width of fabric, and then you trim off your selvages to 40 inches for the body of your apron. And I've got a piece that size here. I've got a few steps done so we can save some time. But so here you can see 16 inches wide by 40 inches long. And then you need a 9-inch piece from your 1/4 yard by 40 inches long to make your pocket. So I've started with that piece. And then from the remaining part of your 1 yard that made your skirt, you're gonna cut it into 3 5-inch strips. Now, by making 3, you get lots of length, and I like to wrap it around and tie it, so I think that's really fun. But if you don't wanna wrap it around, you could probably maybe get away with just 2 lengths and tie it behind you. You might just play with that and see how much you want. But
Robin wants to know what's on your shirt.
On my shirt, little feathers.
Feathers.
Little feathers on my shirt.
All right, so let's start with the first big piece, right? Is that where we're at?
So actually, so we have this first big piece.
Also, everybody's trying to get me to come in front of camera. I'm tethered.
Yeah, he's actually.
I'm on a microphone and headphones.
Yeah, he's not wireless like I am.
I could show you my leg, maybe.
Oh, I don't know if that's.
If I stretch this cord.
We'll make it work here pretty soon
go.
so he can be on camera.
Here we go.
Oh.
Wait.
There he is. There's Jake. Awesome. Okay, so to start with, the first thing you want to do is you want to take your 9-inch piece, which is your contrasting fabric, that 1/4 yard cut. So we've got it 9 inches by 40 inches. And what I've done here is I just did a double fold on this one edge, and I took and did a top stitch all the way along the edge. So you can see
hold
that
up. Show that one more time. Yeah, here we go.
So right here. So it's just a double fold. So we're tucking away all those raw edges. And then I just went ahead to save time here on camera and I top stitched that whole thing all the way across. And so then next up, what you're going to do to make this work is you're going to lay your large piece print side down. And then you're going to take that piece that you seamed, and if you have directional fabric, make sure you seam the top side so you lay it the right way. And then you're going to lay that print side down on top, and you're going to line up those bottom edges. Make sure you guys can see here. You're going to line up those bottom edges straight across, and you're just going to sew a straight seam.
So it looks like it's print side down, then print side down?
Print side down, then print side down. That's exactly right.
Okay.
So you lay the print side to the wrong side of your skirt. And so the reason that we do that is now we're going to take this and we're going to flip it and press it, and we'll have right sides together with no raw seams. So you can see there, that just lays, and now we have this cute little finished piece up on the top. So next, what we want to do is we're going to fold this in half. And we want to, actually I'm going to fold it this way. Fold it in half. And we're going to press that center line so that we can put in. What?
Patty wants to know if she can download the pattern for this.
You can. There is a link in the description or in the YouTube, I guess the YouTube description or the Facebook post where you can get this free PDF printable download, and it has all these instructions that I'm going through for you. It's really awesome. 2-page with some pictures, so easy peasy. So we folded this in half. I folded it right sides together.
Somebody literally just said easy peasy.
It is easy peasy.
Right,
all right.
when you said easy peasy.
And so we're going to go ahead and press so I can get the center, because we've put a few stitches in here to make pockets into this larger opening. So we're going to start with that.
And Deb came in late. We are making
making an apron that I'm wearing. And so then we're going to go ahead, just so I can see on the sewing machine, I'm going to use this friction pin. I'm going to go ahead and mark that center line.
Whoops, sorry about that.
And then we're going to go over 10 inches. So let me see here.
And this right here, you're just marking out the pockets?
Yep, I'm just marking out the pockets.
I can't talk. I don't know what's going on.
And then we're going to take these to the sewing machine. So now we're going to go 10 inches on either side of that center line that we pressed. And then we're going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch on those lines.
We have a question for Mary.
Sure.
When is this fabric going to be available online?
It's available now. It is available now.
Bang-a-ring, Peter.
And there's also a link to that, right, Mary?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to line our needle up right on those lines that we marked. And since this is an apron and you're going to be using it a lot, I'm going to go ahead and back stitch at the top and bottom of that line. What's up?
I missed the camera. We're looking at the table right now.
Oh, geez. All right, we're at the machine. So I've lined my needle up right on this line, and we're going to go ahead and take a few stitches and then back stitch.
Yeah, I know. They're like, focus up. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was that was bad camera work.
And then back stitch. Oops. And there we go. Here's my scissors. So then we'll do the same thing on the other two lines. Okay. A few stitches and back up. If you're just joining us, we're making an apron out of our new Missouri Star Souvenir fabric. Make sure I don't have any extra layers there. And there is a link to this fabric and the pattern that we're using, a free PDF pattern, in the description for you. All right, so trim that one. And one more line.
We are married. I mean, you guys can tell I'm a little lucky.
He's a good guy. Okay.
How many fingers am I holding up? I mean, it was bad, but come on. Come on.
What are you talking about, Jake?
They're making fun of me for we were looking at the cutting mat for like a
Too
minute
long?
maybe.
Oh,
And it
no.
was an accidental minute.
Got distracted by all the comments, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on this last line. Oops, I forgot to backstitch. We'll do it now. Then we'll just keep on keeping on. Make sure I'm laying this as straight as possible.
And then you backstitch there at the top, right?
Yep, top and bottom. All right, trim those threads, and then I'm gonna just go press it at the iron. That's what's so great about these friction pins. Whoops, lost my microphone.
Joanna wants wants a beginner quilt project.
A beginner quilt
Like,
project.
what's a good beginner quilt project?
I just love a good charm pack quilt. If you're brand new, just practicing sewing those squares I think is really good. It helps you line up the corners when you're putting your rows together. So I always recommend starting with either a charm pack or a layer cake. So we're just gonna press this and it'll make those lines disappear.
Or even like a layer, yeah, like
Yeah,
which I guess
just
you
a
just said.
simple square. I think if you're beyond that, let's see, what's another easy one? I don't know, jelly roll race is easy. So now we've got the pockets sewn down here. You can see they're all attached. And the next step is we're gonna take.
Let's show those pockets one more time.
Okay. We've sewn these 10-inch
go.
pockets. So you can see them. That was really simple. And so now the next step is to take each end, and I went ahead and kind of pre-did this to make it a little bit faster. And we're just turned under once, and then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it under again and top stitch this down. So that's what I'm gonna do next, and you're gonna do that to both ends. So we're gonna go ahead and take that to the machine. Did you see that, Jay?
Wait, let's show the other, can you show towards Michael here?
Yeah, I can. So you can see I've got my pockets and everything. I turned it back over to the wrong side of our apron skirt, and I'm just turning down about 1/4 inch, whatever you can do to get it to lay nice and flat. Turned it down once and I pressed it really good, and I'm just gonna turn it under one more time to completely hide away those raw edges, and we're just gonna take this to the machine and top stitch right down that. And you might go ahead and back stitch on this as well to hold that in place. So let's do that. Oops.
The wool ironing mat we did not make, but it is a wool ironing mat.
It is a wool ironing mat. We did not make it, but we do sell it. All right.
Yeah, the jelly roll, Copper said the jelly roll race as a beginner.
Yeah, exactly. Jelly roll race would be a wonderful one. All right, so I've turned this under twice. Oops, a little too thick. Let me guide that under there a bit more. There we go. Woo! All those seams, my machine is fighting with it a little bit, so I'm just gonna kind of ease it through there. And that is where maybe the back stitching will be helpful if I can get my feed dogs to push it through. There we go. It's just getting caught on me.
If you lift it, yeah, there you go.
It doesn't want to go. All right.
Yeah, I think you're probably got it drilled in. Pull it out.
I think I have too.
Yeah, needle up.
All right, we'll try that again. I kept moving it, but we'll start again on that one.
Sometimes you got to get it a little bit, like punch the machine once or twice with a wrench.
No, you have to talk. You just have to talk nice to it.
Talk nice to him.
That's it.
Be like, come on, baby.
That's right.
Do you name your machines? That's a question for the comments.
That's a great question, yeah.
Does the sewing machine have a name?
All right.
What is it? What's your name?
No, I don't know.
Michael named one.
I've named the microphones.
He's decided he's going to name it.
We've named our microphones, yeah.
This little, you know what? I tell you what I'm going to do, because this thick part is being difficult for me. So I'm going to start from the other side. And then that way the feed dogs have some good momentum before we dive into that. So let me just turn this around here. There we go.
Cindy wants to know, is that sewing machine a good sewing machine?
I really like this. This is the Eversewn Sparrow 25, and I like it a lot. Hold on. Now I've turned myself all around here.
Yeah, they said that's a good tip for starting, is if you add a piece of scrap to the
Yeah, that's true, to
first
get you
part.
started. That's why I'm turning it around to the other side, because then I have less bulk and it will help kind of guide it once we get to the bulky part. Because where we have the pocket down there, that's lots of layers. So now we're going to turn this part under. And we've got way less layers when we start at the top. And we will just guide right through there. There we go, much better. And I'm going to take a few stitches back.
Cindy's bringing the all caps.
All caps. Okay. She excited about something?
She's like, is the Eversewn also a good machine for quilting?
Also what? I'm sorry.
A good machine for like quilting? I imagine she's meaning free motion quilting.
Yeah, we have a whole live that we did all about the Eversewn machines. So if you have any questions, I would recommend a lot of information. Okay. Just take going back and watching that one, because we covered. It's all lining up as we go. We want it to lay nice and flat. And kind of guide that through. There we go. My foot
Yeah, they're
keeps
asking about the
slicking.
friction pens. Those are awesome. That's quilting magic right there.
The friction pens, it really
Yeah.
is.
You could give those to your kids to like accidentally draw on your quilt and then
They're gone.
iron it away. They said though, if you live like in the North Pole, like minus 30 degrees,
That
or
they could
something,
come
it
back.
comes back up. So be careful of that. Copper needs a name for her little brother sewing machine.
There we go. All right. So now you can see, after I fought with it, it turned out really, really great. Easy, easy. So we'll turn it around and we'll do the other side. Oops. I'm going to get some of those threads out of the way. Oops. I put my microphone in my pocket and I keep banging it on things. Yeah, really the trickiest part on this is just making sure that those two layers stay together. So we just want to take the time to get it lined up.
Misty, did you hear that Paul McCartney has a new album?
I
Robin
didn't.
wants to know if anybody's got it.
I did not hear that, but that's awesome.
It's called Egyptian Station, I guess.
All right.
Oh man, she wants me to name it. This is too much pressure.
What's
Copper, this is way too much pressure to name your sewing machine. It's too much.
It is too much.
That's a big responsibility.
I feel like that's
I'm just thinking out loud here, but maybe
you have to like know your machine personally before you
yeah,
can
but
name
maybe
it.
like a Jen. Like, come on, Jen.
The other machine is easy because it was a Jane.
A Jane, yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
Bonnie. Bonnie would be
It's
a good
named
machine.
Jake. She named it Jake. Hey, I think that's
I
a good
like
name.
it.
You know, a workhorse, a strong, dedicated, kind machine.
All good things, all good things. All right, so we have both sides done now. Just trim off our threads. So this is ready to gather and attach to our waistband. But before we do the gathering, I'm going to show you what we did on the waistband here. And then we'll come back to that. So what I did is I took our 5-inch strips by the width of fabric, I cut off the selvages, and I sewed them end to end to end to end to end. And then what you want to do is you want to, just like we did on that pocket, you're going to turn under your 1/4 inch, or mine's a little bigger than a 1/4 inch, but about that, as close as you can get, on all 4 sides of this big long strip. So I've got almost all of that done. We're going to just finish up this little bit here.
And to be honest, this strap is a little long.
I mean, it's really up to you. I think it's kind of cute that it ties into a bow.
If you wanted to tie it behind, you could make it a lot shorter.
You could make it a lot shorter, but just, you know, this gives you more than enough, and then you can trim it as needed. So we're just going to continue that little fold all the way down.
Somebody was asking what a leader was, and I think the leader it's like a piece of fabric that goes in before.
Yeah, if you have something really bulky, that's something that you put in right before your what you're sewing, and it kind of just gets the feed dog started and will help slide your fabric through. All right, so we've turned all 4 edges under, and then once we have all 4 sides of the whole strip, we're going to take this and we're going to press it right in half. So now I'm just going to fold this in half. And we're going to press that. All right. There we go. So now we can set that aside, and that will be ready as soon as we're done with our gathers. So now, let me see if it recommends.
How much yardage was in that strip?
This is 3 5-inches by the width of fabric strips that are sewn together. So width of fabric minus your selvages. All right, so I'm just going to see what it tells me in the pattern for the gathering. So a basting stitch, a 1/4 from the top, no back stitch, and repeat with a 2nd row. So that's the way I would have done it. We're gonna...
Copper says she's a beginner quilter. She likes beginning lots of projects.
Not necessarily finishing. Well, hopefully finishing. Okay, so we're going to lengthen our stitch length. I'm going to extend it as far as I can. And we're going to take our first stitch all the way down this end, and then we'll go down a 1/4 inch from that one and make another row to work on our gathers.
So what we're doing here is basting this, right?
Yep, these are a nice wide basting stitch. Just making sure it's looking right for me. If you wanted to do this by hand, you could. All right, and then I'm going to pull out some extra there so I have plenty of length in my ends. And then before I do my next row, if I can get a hold of it here, it's hiding from me. We're going to do the same thing. Just reach that a little bit longer. And so then we're just going to go a 1/4 inch below that last line we stitched. Alrighty. Now remember, you cannot backstitch on these ones, otherwise you will have a very hard time, meaning it will be impossible to gather.
Donna was asking if we'll show a full apron,
What?
and I kind of agree. She says these short ones, you get stuff all over the front of you. It's the same way.
Yeah, I think they're really handy, like if you're, especially for like working in shops, or if you have, if you're at like a festival. But I like them just to cover my pants, because I always tend to, this is a really bad thing, but I'm constantly wiping junk on my pants, and if I wear just this length of apron, I'll at least just wipe stuff on my apron instead of my clothes. So I will take it. All right, so there we go. We've got our 2 rows of stitching, and now.
And the rows of stitching are just a little bit apart from each other?
Yeah,
or?
they're just about a 1/4 inch. Hopefully you
Let me
can,
get this.
can you see this?
Let me try here.
A nice wide stitch.
You get any closer than that?
You see that, Michael?
Whoop,
Got
this
it?
is our max. Wait. Nope. Let's try this camera. There we go. Here we
See
go.
it? There we go.
Yeah, so about 1/4 inch.
Just about a 1/4 inch
3/8
apart, 3/8 apart, yep. And so then now we're just gonna start gathering these together. And if you pull
Slide
that
that in the
top
middle if you
thread, it will just slide. And we did 2 rows just in case one of these threads were to break. Then you've got a little insurance there. You don't have to worry so much about it. So we're just gonna slide. You can see it's just starting to gather for you.
Gently.
Gently. Yeah, you don't want to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to try and gather this side until I get to the halfway point, and then I'm going to switch it around.
Oh shoot, we're already at our 30 minutes. This is.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
We'll finish
All right.
this out for sure.
So I've gathered this half just a little bit, and then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. You don't want to try and gather the whole thing in one direction, because then you run the risk of putting too much pressure on that thread. Let me get these top threads. I'm going to hold on to those. Whoop. And then we're just going to slide along. Oops, I got the bottom one again. Just a second. There we go.
What's that noise?
I don't know. There we go. So just very gently, like I said, you don't want to be
Oh, it was me.
you don't want to be too tough on this. You just want to slide it along. And I think that is pretty good. Just a little bit of gather. You can see.
It's
Very,
a
very
dream.
cute.
It's a dream.
All right, so now we're going to take our waistband and we're going to find the center. Right there. And because this is directional fabric, I want to make sure that I put my waistband in the right direction as well. And so we are going to just take this that we've gathered and we're going to fold it in half, and we can put a little pin here so that we know. And also you can kind of follow that center pocket line. Remember, we stitched that right up the middle. So I'm just going to put a little pin here so that I have that for reference. And then the pin, let's see here what the best way to do is. I'm just going to hold my finger right here, and I'm going to put a pin on this top side. Whoops. And there's my center.
Laura says she's going to make one for her sewing tools. I think that's a
Yay,
really good
that's
idea.
a great idea. All right. So, oh look, it's going to say welcome to Hamilton right in the middle. How perfect is that? All right, so now we're going to take that, and I've got my other pin back here. And now that I know that's right, I just want to catch this gather.
Wait, push that to the center.
Oh, sorry. Yep, I'm working too close to myself. I just want to catch this gather right inside of our waistband. And so now I'm just gonna go along and make sure I'm getting both of those rows of stitching inside. I'm gonna put a couple pins in. Make sure this is laying nice and flat. And just keep going down the side.
Kathy asked if you ever imagined that you'd be doing all these tutorials in front of the camera.
Never, never in my wildest dreams, Kathy. I did not imagine, but I love doing it. I feel very, very privileged that you guys are so kind to me, not being as great of a teacher as Jenny. I feel like I'm learning a little bit. She's helped me so much, and so I'm really grateful for that. But I'm really also grateful for all of you for being patient with me. All right, so now we're just going to keep pinning this in. Just making sure we're covering both of those basting stitches. And we're getting all the layers here so that we don't have to fight with it when we take it to the sewing machine. 100%, I would definitely pin on this project, at least for this part, just to make sure it does what you want it to do. Okay, one more pin there, and then we're ready to sew. Okay, so then now all we have to do, since we've folded this all under, we're just gonna start on this top edge, and we're gonna go down and all the way across, catching our skirt and around to the other end. And then this apron will be done. Oh, I wanted to take this one pin out of the back here so I don't forget it. There we go. All right. So then we're catching all those raw edges into our top stitching. And I did just go ahead and back stitch there. And I'm going to sew and needle down. Oops.
Kia B wants to know if you can purchase full bolts of this fabric. She is very interested. Mary? Did she go to sleep? She passed out under there?
Yeah, you can buy a full bolt. So, I mean, if we have it in stock, if somebody else hasn't already snagged it, then you can order a full bolt. All right, so we've just turned that corner. I forgot to mention, I did turn my stitch length back down. You want to make sure that you do that. Otherwise, your stitches are going to be too big. So we've turned our stitch length back down, and we're just cruising along.
Vicky was saying it cracks her up when you talk about your pants.
I didn't.
Because in Scotland, that is our underwear.
Oh, no!
Pants are?
Pants are underwear in Scotland.
Oh, pants are underwear.
That's funny. Sorry, I'm not wiping any flour on my underwear. Thank heavens. Okay, let's see here. We're just zooming along.
Yeah, the rose gold scissors have been a hit.
What?
The rose gold scissors.
Oh, I know. They're so pretty,
They're beautiful.
They are lovely. This is so nice. You've done all this prep work before you come to the sewing machine, so it is just easy peasy to sew it together now.
Somebody also asked what length the gathered section should be, and it's kind of just whatever you think looks good. There's probably...
I just kind of went with what I wanted. Let me see if it tells you a specific width. It says when it measures 28 inches. So I just kind of eyeballed it with what looked right to me. But if you want to follow the pattern, it says 28 inches gathered.
All right, Copper, we'll see you. Get back to work. She has to go back to work. We're taking way too long, she said.
Sorry. I tried to have stuff ready, but it's a lot. All right, so now I'm approaching those pins, so I'm going to carefully...
She didn't really say that, just so you know, Misty.
Okay, good. I'm going to carefully make sure I don't sew any of my pins. I'll pull those out as I go and make sure my gathers stay tucked inside. There we go. Just make sure you don't have any other extra layers, like the waistband or anything hiding beneath you. That would be bad. All right. You just want to kind of push all that bulk through as you go. Take those pins out.
Yes, Robin, she definitely does not sew as fast as Mom.
I don't.
But I think that's on purpose.
That is intentional. And this machine does not go quite as fast as the Jane that Jenny usually uses. All right, trim those threads that we're peeking through. All right, and there's the last of my pins on my skirt. We're through the tricky part, and so now we can just sail away on the rest of this waistband.
So, Maria, so like the wind.
I cannot hear you. What did you say?
It was a Three Amigos quote.
Oh. All I can hear is the hum of the machine. All
They're
right,
trying to get us to switch. Maybe I'll be on the show one day.
And turn.
And help you. I could like iron for you.
And
I can fold
oops,
stuff.
my back stitch didn't work. All right, there it went. That's it. Ta-da! We did it. So it's as easy as that. Super, super fun. Great little afternoon project and adorable Missouri Star Souvenir fabric. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As a reminder, the pattern is free in the description for you. It's this awesome free PDF. You guys can print it off. It has all the instructions that we've gone through.
So loud.
Oh, sorry.
You're like flopping it around.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm sorry, guys.
Hold that up again. Hold that up again.
Hold this up again.
No. The apron.
The apron.
That's beautiful.
It's so cute, isn't
Look
it?
at how awesome that is, guys.
Adorable.
And easy.
Fun 4 pockets and super, super simple. So please make it, and we would love to see pictures of the fabric that you choose to make yours.
Okay, wait, we can't leave. They
can't
said
leave.
Rosebud has a question. Let me try to find this.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can she ask it again? Because I'm not sure where it is.
We will try and answer it before we go. Sorry this one went a little long, but when you make a full project like that, it gets a little long. So I'll just trim some threads while we're waiting.
It's gone.
Okay.
Well, this was great. Sorry I missed the comment.
We will try to go back and answer it if we missed it. It's hard to always follow. Did you see it, Jake, or no?
No, it's gone.
Okay. All right. I've trimmed my
This was
threads.
fun.
This was so fun.
Somebody said you could make it reversible, and I think that would be a good
Oh
idea.
yeah, you absolutely could. If you put it, if you backed this side, then you could just flip it around. That would be so cute. I love that idea. All right, awesome. Thank you guys for joining us for this Tuesday Missouri Star Live. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us each week, and we will see you next time.
Should we end it off with a dance party?
We can. I'm always up for a dance party.
Let's do it.
So dance it out, guys.
Okay, wait.
I don't know why I have to be by myself dancing though.
Here you go.
What's really bad is I can't even hear the music. So I don't know if I'm on beat. I have no idea, but it's all right.